170 years. From a simple workshop started by R.T. Crane to the frontiers of technology today, it all began when an aspiring young man named Richard Teller Crane decided to launch a one-man business in a corner of his uncle's lumber yard in Chicago, Illinois. On July 4, 1855, Crane established the R.T. Crane Brass and Bell Foundry in Chicago. He was 23 years old and served as the molder, furnace tender, metal pourer, and salesman for his fledgling company. Wise beyond his years and certainly ahead of his time, R.T. Crane drafted a resolution to himself to serve as the guiding principles for his business conduct. I am resolved to conduct my business in the strictest honesty and fairness, to avoid all deception and trickery, to deal fairly with both customers and competitors, to be liberal and just toward employees, and to put my whole mind upon the business. The R.T. Crane resolution remains at the core of Bean Crane, speaking to all stakeholders and putting ethics, integrity, fairness, and being just at the forefront of our culture. Crane went through many events and changes in its history, but those core values were a constant. The Great Chicago Fire of 1871, where large Crane steam pumps helped the community that R.T. Crane felt he had a debt to the innovation of a metallurgical laboratory thought to be the first in the Midwest. This focus on the science of metals resulted in Crane developing a reputation for products having the strength and quality necessary to meet the challenges of ever higher fluid pressures and temperatures. The company's rigorous approach to metallurgical science and material testing became the model for the valve and fitting industry. Following his death in 1912, members of his family honored his philanthropic wishes by establishing the Crane Fund to aid former employees and their dependents in need of assistance. With $1 million in capital stock from the company, the Crane Fund, along with 2 other company-managed charitable trusts, lives on to provide support to ex-Crane associates in need and charitable organizations around the world, with over $15 million donated annually. Crane opened a new plant on 160 acres of land in the heart of Chicago's vast Southwest Industrial District. The Great Works, as the plant was called, cost Crane $12 million and contained 47 separate buildings with a total of 72 acres of floor space. 5 railroads served the plant directly to help Crane produce some 800 tons of forgings and castings daily. In 1951, Crane entered the aerospace market with the acquisition of Hydro Air, a well-established aerospace company in the USA. Hydro Air's breakthrough innovations evolved from solutions developed in support of early supersonic jet-powered aircraft. In fact, the majority of aircraft today rely on Hydro Air brake controls for safe, efficient, dependable stopping in all weather conditions. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, Crane expanded its valve line substantially through a series of acquisitions. By the close of 1960, Crane had added 9 manufacturing plants that produced plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and water conditioning equipment. Within 2.5 years, Crane's global manufacturing capacity increased from 13 to 50 plants. The company was now truly global in scope. Under the leadership of CEO Eric Fast, Crane moved to a more integrated operating company from a holding company. Harkening back to R.T. Crane's penchant for systemizing and specializing the work, the company formalized and introduced the Crane Business System, initially intended as a collection of best-in-class continuous improvement methodologies. The Crane Business System has evolved into today's holistic management philosophy, deployed across all businesses through an integrated operating company model. What makes Crane Company unique is its unwavering commitment to the core values it set in place in 1855, which set the standards for a small company whose landmark products helped fuel the American Industrial Revolution. Those values, first expressed by R.T. Crane, have continued to guide the actions of the men and women of this organization for over a century and a half, and have proven to be even more relevant today. While the individual businesses they work for may be quite diverse,
the people of Crane Company are linked together through shared values, shared processes, and a shared sense of pride in how they conduct their business. The only way that we can ensure that Crane Company will be here for decades and centuries ahead is to stay true to our core values of uncompromising customer focus, integrity, and continuous improvement. Much will be demanded of everyone in the organization in the years ahead, but RT Crane constantly challenged his workforce, and challenge has always brought out the best in our people. Thank you for being Crane.